Hello everyone, so this video where we'll be talking about unordered map. If you have seen my video on ordered map, I have just revised this sheet, just the sheet of map. So I will try to tell you that most of the functions that we used on map are common here. And at the end of this video we'll just see the hands-on of all these elements, and in the next video we'll be talking about the difference between ordered and unordered map and when to choose what. So let's just get started. If you've not seen my video on ordered map, like normal map, just go and watch that quickly because most of the functions are common and I'll not spend much of the time here. So yeah, I'll just tell you the difference. This add pair is same, axis is same, capacity is same in iterators. If you remember that we also have had reverse iterators in case of map, which doesn't happen in case of unordered map. The reason being that unordered map is basically stored in form of buckets. So if you remember that in ordered map, our keys will be sorted, and you can basically, whenever you're adding and whenever you're printing, you will see that the entries are sorted in form of keys. That doesn't happen in unordered map, which leads to a faster access. We'll discuss all these things in detail in the next video, but you can remember that here you actually don't know what my position is, right? So you can't reverse it. So that's why we just have begin and end. Operations, find and count is same. Count gives you the number of values based on a key, and here also the key is unique, so it will just return 0 or 1. 0 if that key is present, 1 if that key is 0 if that key is not present, and 1 if that key is present, right? Delete also works in the similar fashion. The only difference here is this, you see, right? Deleting by range. What we did in the map video, if you remember, that we with the find operation, we found the iterator position of two elements and gave the range, which is not this simple in here because you don't actually know what range it is going to follow. In map it was simpler because we know that it will always be sorted. So if you're adding a 2 and a 5, you will always know that 2 will come before 5, so you can delete that whole range. But it isn't the case in case of unordered maps. You don't know where that is present, so that you can find with this bucket operation. So yeah, before that, this swap and equal to also works in the same fashion. If you remember that I also talked about a lower bound and upper bound function in case of maps. That doesn't come here in unordered map. The reason is again same, that you don't know the ordering, and these are not sorted in form of in sorted order, so you can't find actually the upper bounds and lower bounds of the elements. This is something new, which is bucket. So in map, how the elements are stored? The elements are stored in form of hash code. So it will basically have a hash bucket, and that value will be mapped to that hash. So that's why these things are extra in case of unordered map. I'm going to explain the implementation of both map and unordered map and their difference in the next video. So in this video, I'm just going to explain the functions and how they are used. Okay, so just wait for the next video. So bucket, bucket gives, if you just apply a bucket on a key, it will just have mp.bucket, and inside you need to give the key, so it will return you the bucket number. Okay, so if you have bucket numbers of 2 elements, you can use that. Then bucket count will give you the total number of buckets in the map. Bucket size will give you the size of each bucket, and maximum bucket count will give you the maximum permissible buckets in the unordered map. So this is pretty much it. If you have followed the map video, I think this will be a cakewalk. If you have not followed, just watch it once. So now let's just try to see the code. So the code that you see here is for the map that we have tried, and I have also uploaded in the video. Just for the sake of understanding and difference, I am going to copy this code and use it for unordered map, and let's just see what differences and what similarities it has. Okay, so 1 second, I'll just copy and paste it. Okay, so first and foremost, I told you that this upper bound and lower bound doesn't work in case of unordered map, right? So just let's go and delete this. Also, let's just try to change this. We need to have unordered, right? So you need to change it everywhere wherever you are using, in the iterators as well as in the map declaration, right? Okay, now let's just try to run it. There is one error that will come and I have already explained it, so we just try to see. Okay, one second, let's just try to see. Okay, I have not changed it here. Let's run it. The insertions will work fine, but our erase operation will not work fine, and I'll tell you the reason why it is not working fine. Okay, see, this is working fine, but we are getting segmentation fault, and it is because of the erase. Let's just try to comment it out and run the things. See, it's working fine now. So why this erase is not working is for the same reason that I have explained, that this is not in the sorted form. So these positions you basically don't know if 2 comes before or after. So let's just try to change it and see. So it is giving segmentation fault because I assumed that 2 comes afterwards and we were trying to do the opposite. So that's why this erase on a range is a bit tricky in case of, see, now it has deleted. This is tricky in case of unordered map because you actually don't know, what element is coming first. You can also use this erase just to delete one element. Right, so it deletes one element. If I'll quickly go through the functions that we have covered. We have covered equal to, then we have covered the insertion here. It is the same way that we were doing it for ordered map. We have also covered find. You can use dot find function to basically see whether an element is present or not. You just need to compare it with end. If you are getting a little confused or this is a little fast, go and watch my video on map. Now let's just try to see the new functions that we saw, that is the bucket, these functions, bucket. Okay, let's just print. Okay, so for this we need to give a key, so let's just try to give 14. Let's add one comment, bucket for key 14. Okay. Let's run and see whether it works or not. Yeah, it did work. So you see that 14 is at the 0th key. Let's just try to change it to some other value. So this, okay, I have not changed this. So this 11 is present at the 4th bucket. So using this bucket, basically you can find what number does this have, and then rest of the functions you can also try it out. So what we had, count, right? Bucket count. So it should give the number of buckets that are there. Then let's just also print bucket size. So I'll also show you the questions in which you can see that how it is used. But these are the additional functions in case of ordered map that you can keep in mind. Okay. Okay, so So in this bucket size function, you need to add the key for which you want to get the size. Just let's run it. So you can see that it has come. Our total number of buckets are 17 and the size for this 11 is 1. So try it out. I'll also share this link, and if you have any queries, do let me know. In the next video we'll be talking more about when to use what. So yeah, that's it. Thank you. Bye bye.